Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today, this video took me so long to make, but guess what, guys? I never told y'all, but I bought the cheapest C63 in the nation. Hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. So guys, welcome back to the channel. So guys, if you're part of the Boost in Motion family, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. If you've been watching these videos and banging with your boy Boost, and if you're new to this channel, once again, watch this video and watch some other videos and consider subscribing, also hitting that like. But anyways, jump into it, guys. So I never talked about it in any of my videos, and I want you guys to know as of right now, I never told y'all, but this is actually the cheapest C63 in the nation. So here's the funny thing about it. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story, so let's get in the car and let's talk about it. Well, let's start this car. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of revs. Sorry, I don't got an outside video, but give some revs. Now let's put in sport. The baffle's open now a little bit. Yeah, I like that sound. All right, let's jump into the video. So how is this the cheapest C63 in the nation? How did I end up with it? So quick backstory, just chime in, take your time. At any point in here, you can hit the like button if you like the story. And if not, comment below. Like, add me at Boost in Motion on IG, Facebook, and Boost in Motion on gmail.com if you guys got any questions. Because remember, I'm the Nissan Infiniti guy. But anyways, let's jump right into it. So, here's the thing. For my people who've been following the channel, I was actually looking to get a GTR earlier this year. I was actually GTR shopping. I have a Infiniti Q60, and I was considering getting a GTR 2 of the channel, which is too cool, which is stupid, but I was considering it because I wanted to get a faster car, a more imperial car, because I understood that to be a little bit more successful in YouTube, you kind of got to get into more of those imperial cars, even though they may not bring views. At the end of the day, it puts you around a different network of people. So I value that, and that to me, that makes sense. That's what I want to be able to do, because then you be around more people, you make more connections, and networking is super important. Always remember that. So look at a couple of GTRs, didn't like it, because at the end of the day, I've had one for almost a week for my 30th birthday, and the car is a one-trick pony. It's mainly performance, not really luxury. And all the cars I've ever driven, I really like the luxury and performance mixture. So I remember looking and seeing a C63 and an E63 right around the same time. Now I wasn't looking to get these cars at all, because the C63 is rear-wheel drive and the E63 is all-wheel drive. But the thing that turned me off about the E63, you get like in 2014 and 2015, is the front end is sexy, but the rear end is very boxy, more old stylish, which I don't like. Also on top of that, the interior was still kind of more out of date. It just wouldn't look like the newer interiors. So I realized that the 2015 C63 gave me this more up-to-date, newer interior and a newer look all the way aesthetically around. But the downfall is that it's rear-wheel drive. But I still sat there and said, you know what? I always believe that you should give at least everything at least one try. Because if you never give it a try, you don't know how everything will turn out. So whenever you are in doubt, give it at least one good try. That's it. Because if you don't give it a try, that means you failed. Or you never even gave it a shot. You don't know what your blessings are. So good thing I went and test drove this car. So I pulled up, looked at the car. Aesthetic on the outside of the car, there was some paint chips on the front. I don't even know what it's called, canard or whatever it is. It was some chipping. So it seemed like somebody did a crappy paint job there. But walking around the car, the rear bumper looks a little off center. Like it looks like, I don't know if the car was hit or something. It might have, but it looks a little offset. It's not completely flush. So I peeped that. I said, this car is probably hit. Okay, it's probably hit. And the front end had all the paint chips, whatever. I looked on the interior. There's a cut on the seat, but the interior doesn't have any smoke, anything like that. The car seems like it's running right. I checked the oil. I scanned the car. No check engine lights. Now, you guys want to know, what was the pricing? The pricing of this car listing is $38,999. So $39,000 for 2015 C63. I'm like, compared to the other C63 and or S's on the S's were like low 50s. You might get an S for like 49 at the most, and it'll have a higher mileage because I have 46,000 miles. But this one has 46,000 miles. They want 39,999. This doesn't make sense. So we went into the auto check and Carfax. I did the Carfax already, but did the auto check and the Carfax was there, and the car had a clean title. And I'm like, what? Clean title, 38,999. This doesn't make sense. Like, wow, like this is a deal. And this is August, like this is sorry, not August. This is April 1st of 2021. So I'm like, this is like, no one buys these cars. So I talked to the dude. He said they had the car for about, they had it for like 2-3 months already. Like during the winter they had it and no one really bought it. He said like the owners or the dealers son drove the car like pretty common, but that's really it. They never sold the car. So I'm saying, all right, I'm looking to get this car. Now before I got there, I already did the rough estimate on how much I'm looking to pay. I have decently good credit. I've always worked on my credit ever since I was 17, 18 to make sure that my money is right. Because at the end of the day, as a broke college student a long time ago, I said to myself just like this. When I got really broke, damn, I had nothing. Only thing I had over my head was just the roof over my head. I said, I'll never be broke again. I will spend all the money out there before I spend my money and be broke ever again, right? So here's the thing. I did all of that, looked it up, and I'm like, all right, I should be able to go in there, and depending on how much money I put down, I'm looking to spend no more than $700, maybe up to $800 a month for this car finance, because I don't really want to put much money down, and I don't want to put that much money down to a car that I may not keep for that long. I'm probably not going to keep it. So they run my name through the banks or whatever, and they came to me with a number. The number I believe was like high sevens, and my interest rate was like 5 something. And I'm saying to them, yo, what are you guys doing? That's a really high APR, especially with my good credit and everything like that. And it was like, yeah, that's just what the Union Bank approved for. This is one reason sometimes it's best to go through your own bank so that you don't have to deal with the banks, because there's always going to be a kickback. They're always going to take a 0.5%. They're going to knock up like another 0.5% so they can make some more inflated money on top of that, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. I just want the car, and at the end of the day, the number still was still within my spectrum. Now, here's the thing that they added, and this is the one thing I don't like what dealers do, right? They always sit there and say this clause in small lettering, which this company did not, until I was actually there and I'm about to sign. They said, oh, we also, the price I'm writing you is actually in addition to, I forgot to say this one part too, I'm sorry. While doing the negotiation for pricing, because once you told me the pricing, I said, listen, that's still too high. And I said, to be honest with you, there's a couple of things that I don't like about the car. I kept it honest. I said, listen, there's some paint chipping on the front bumper. I know it's a used car. But I said, mainly it's the rotors. I said, will you guys change the rotors for me? Because I could see that the rotors it seemed like rotors and or pads, because I can see that there's a little bit of grooving. Not really grooving on the rotors, but when the rotors are super low, the edge of it would actually be raised up a lot higher. So I said, these rotors need to be changed, man. And plus, I think they had the car sitting for so long that it looked so bad that even when he looked at it, he was like, yeah, we'll change the rotors. And he called up the pricing to see how much rotors to get to change, because it's not the ceramic one. This is the regular steel rotors. And he was like, yeah, change these rotors on this car is going to be like $2,000. Like $1,500. And he was like, this is expensive. So he said, but we'll cover it, right? So once we passed that part, he was like, oh, also, I forgot to also add this into, and this is when he actually gave me the paperwork to show me the breakdown. If there was a $3,000 additional charge. And I said to him, where's this $3,000? He said, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Dude was from Queens, Spanish dude. He was like, the owner here, they add $3,000 onto everything. Like, the price you see on the internet is just the price to get you in the door. But they add the $3,000 to any car for sale. So that's just what they do. I was like, so that's insane, dude. Like if I'd have known that, I might not have came. He was like, yeah, but that's what he does. And I was like, that's terrible, bro. I was like, you know what's terrible? He's like, yeah, He's like, but I don't make the rules in there. I'm just a salesman. And I'm like, whatever. But the pricing was still within I was willing to pay, even though the APR was high. And they said they'll fix the rotors for me. Plus, remember, I have my own car, so I could just come back another day after they fix it. So we go through this whole back and forth, and nothing crazy. It's actually pretty quick. And he said, I said, I agree with it. So we're gonna set it up. So they do all the paperwork, whatever. And that day I didn't pick up the car that day because I was by myself. So I hit my homeboy up, and we went there like a week later. No, a couple days later, like either the next day or the day after. So I came back. The car was cleaned up, but they didn't change the rotors. And I said to him, I was like, yo, dude, yeah, I still ain't changed the rotors. He's like, oh, we were so busy. I said, listen, dude, like, I want to get the car, and the rotors not changed. I said, how about this? He's doing the paperwork, right? So who's finalize it? I said, listen, if you take off the money that you're gonna charge for the rotors, that they're gonna charge you for the rotors, just take that off the price. And he was like, yeah, I'll do that, because I guess he didn't really care to deal with it. So he took off like $1,500 off the total price of the car. Mind you, remember they added this $3,000 onto it, right? So now the price of the car, rather than it be was it 38, 39, rather than be 42, it's like 41 or 40, 50 or something like that, or 4,000, whatever, or 4150, something like that, right? Is it 4150? That doesn't make sense, because 42, 41, you guys know what I mean, man. Shoot, it was like 45, right? 40 and $500. So then APR and everything. Got the car, drove off with the car. Now, we had to go to a separate dealership, and it was Infiniti of something. They actually was their underwriter, whoever does the paperwork. They actually couldn't do it at their own dealership. So went over there, finalized the paperwork. He ended up changing. We was talking back and forth. He was talking about mileage, and he said, oh, the car has 60,000 miles. I said, no, the car is 47. So he ended up having to redo the paperwork at the Infiniti dealership. The other guy now, the guy who finance manager, that wasn't even involved with the regular guys I talked to, right? And he redid it, and he said, yo, your APR is a little too high. I'm going to bring it down. So he brought down the APR like 0.75. So it was like, my APR now was like high 4s or mid 4s. And then now my car note got lower. It came from like 792 to like 740 now, or 731. It went down like 40, 50 bucks. He's like, yeah, man, I took care of it for you. I said, all right, cool, thank you. So everything is working in blessings here. You know what I'm saying? Be very patient. I know this video is super long, but there's going to be some more surprises here, right? So next thing that happened now is he files the paperwork. Of course, this is during the stuff that's going on in 2021 now, or 2021. It's going to take a while for me to get the plates. So I leave, drive away. A month later comes, I start dropping the videos and everything, like, hey, I got a C63. The plates never come, and I don't get the first bill. I'm talking about 6 weeks with the car now. We're like in mid-May. The dealership ends up calling me, hey, we're having an issue. I said, yeah, I haven't got the bill. He was like, yeah. So the finance manager at Infiniti or whatever made a mistake and messed up the VIN numbers with the bank. So I said, what does that mean? He said, well, it does work in your favor, and it works in your favor. I said, so what I gotta do? He said, well, we need you to re-sign some of the paperwork. I said, all right, so you guys are gonna come to me? They said, yeah, we'll come to you because we haven't gotten paid for the car yet, and you've been driving around the car for 6 weeks for free. I said, no way. He said, yes way. So he ends up coming to me and shows me the paperwork, and he says, listen, this worked out in your favor. Now, there's a little, I feel like I should have also put this in, because whenever they pull my credit, or whenever my credit's pulled, I get emails on my phone, and the same bank pulled my credit twice. And I remember they pulled my credit like 2 weeks before that, which confused me. So he said, yeah, it worked out in your favor. He said the bank gave you now I think it was 2.89 or 2.5. It was super low, something like low twos, mid two, 2 point something rate. So that brought down my price of the car to like mid sixes per month. And also the rate is 2.0. And he's like, yeah, bro, like this worked out in your favor. So I was like, thank you. So I ended up signing the paperwork, and then I finally got the bill. So now my car note is like mid sixes, right? Remember, he knocked the $1,500 down. I still end up paying $1,500 more that I really shouldn't, but it is what it is. And yo, I got the cheapest C63 in the nation. You guys go look it up right now. Look for 2015 C63 or C63Ss. In the last 4 or 5 months, you might find a couple, but for this price of what I got it, I basically got my car for $40,500, and I got it at a low APR, and I'm paying a decently low. I barely put any money down on this car because I didn't want to. I didn't put any money down. I'm thinking about it right now. I think I only put down the $1,500. Yeah, I only paid the difference of what they added on because I didn't want to pay for that stuff. Like I literally only paid for that. So it worked out in my favor, and that's how I got the cheapest C63 in the nation. Now, if you check some of my old videos, I talk about all the likes and dislikes and little things. Like the rear tires were a little low on tread, so I had to change the tires out. And I also redid the front bumper because, not the front bumper, but the front canard or winglet or whatever, because that was chipped up. So there's little things that I've been doing to the car to bring back some of the luster, to bring back some of the look of the car. And that has worked out for me in my favor, because now the car looks freaking amazing. I've had the car, I'm gonna have the car JB4 and a boost controller right now, and the car is doing its due diligence. It's doing what it's supposed to do, and I'm really enjoy driving this car now. I'm telling you guys, like, it's good. I think I really found a needle in a haystack with this, because if you try to go get a C63 now, even with some of the inflated prices, even if you wanted to get one with the close mileage with some of the similar packaging, you're gonna pay almost $7,000 to almost $10,000 more than what I paid for it. So at this point, I'm super happy and I'm super thankful. And yeah, I got the cheapest C63 in America, and that's the story behind it. So outside that, guys, that's a long video. I'm sorry about that, but just hit the like button, subscribe with the bell notification. Also, you guys can contact me at boostinmotion IG, Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. Otherwise than that, guys, you have a good day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.